Do you really care about Indigenous people, or do you just like using them as a talking point? If you do care about Indigenous people, then you need to be talking about the Supreme Court ruling that just happened. So on June 29th, the Supreme Court reached a ruling on this case. So in this case, a non-Indigenous man committed a crime against an Indigenous girl. And where this crime happened was in Tulsa County. This territory was never disestablished, and it still remains a Native territory. And because of this, they were saying that the local council should hold the trial, not the government, as is the case on most Native territories. They're arguing that because this crime happened in an Indigenous county on Native land, on a Native territory that was never disestablished, the tribal council should have jurisdiction over that ruling. And what the Supreme Court held, word for word, the federal government and state have concurrent jurisdiction to prosecute crimes committed by non-Indians against Indians in Indian County. So what does that mean? Ruling that the federal and state government have an equal say in crimes by non-Indigenous people committed against Indigenous people on Indigenous land is a fucking targeted attack. You are ruling that tribal councils no longer have jurisdiction over crimes that non-Native people commit against them on their land. This puts Indigenous people at even more of a risk. To put that into perspective for you, the vast majority of attacks against Indigenous people are committed by non-Indigenous people. For the majority of murdered and missing Indigenous women who attackers were found, they were non-Native. So the group that is oppressing them, the group that is killing them, including the government, will more likely than not never be brought to justice.